The Don River Watershed, which is located in Ontario, Canada, is approximately 36,000 hectares and has a length of 38 kilometers. It flows southward starting from the Oak Ridges Moraine and heads to the Keating Channel, which then discharges the water into Lake Ontario. The population of the Don River Watershed is approximately 1.4 million, and it is one of the most urbanized watersheds in Canada. The boundaries of the watershed include Toronto, Vaughan, North York, Markham, and Richmond Hill. Major water bodies include Upper East and West Don River, German Mills Creek, Lower East and West Don River, Taylor and Massey Creek, Keating Channel, and Oak Ridges Moraine. The Don River Watershed has a relatively flat terrain. It has four main physiographic locations: the Oak Ridges Moraine, the South Slope area, the Peel Plain, and the glacial Lake Iroquois, which includes sand, silt, and clay deposits. The Don River Watershed has a mixed land use, however 80% of this land use is urban. This table provides a detailed breakdown of the land use and includes residential, industrial, commercial, natural, and transportation land use. This figure displays the distributions of the different land uses. As mentioned, approximately 80% of the land use is urban, 15.7% is for natural use, 4.6% is for rural use, and 0.3% is for open water. According to the TRCA, the Don River Watershed experiences approximately 821 millimeters of precipitation per year, and 40% of this precipitation accounts for surface runoff, 45% accounts for evapotranspiration, and 15% accounts for infiltration. This figure illustrates the geologic cross-section of the major aquifers through the West Don River in the north-south direction. There are three main aquifers in the Don River Watershed: the Oak Ridges Aquifer, the Thorncliffe Aquifer, and the Scarborough Aquifer. This is a water budget, which was also retrieved from the TRCA, and it illustrates the water inputs, outputs, and the fluctuating storage capacities. Precipitation, groundwater flows, surface flows, and anthropogenic activities are all examples of inputs. Evapotranspiration, surface outflows, groundwater outflows, and fluctuating storage capacity levels are all examples of outputs. The water flows in a southeast direction, starting from the Oak Ridges Moraine all the way down to Lake Ontario, which is where the water eventually discharges. In order to achieve a water balance, the total inputs must equal to the total outputs. Water balance is important since it helps sustain ecosystems and protects the water supply. This figure illustrates the water uses and demands for the watershed. It shows water withdrawals by sector. Remediation has the highest water withdrawal at 32%, industrial is 29%, golf courses are 24%, aesthetics are 14%, and agricultural is 0.6%. Some of the major challenges in the Don River watershed are pollution, flooding, and erosion. There are several variables which contribute to the pollution of this watershed, including total suspended solids caused by soil disturbances, chlorine from road salt application, phosphorus from fertilizers, nitrate from agricultural activities, ammonia from animal and human sewage, and E. coli from wildlife. These contaminants, which are mostly due to anthropogenic activity, infiltrate into the surface runoff, which then discharges into Lake Ontario and negatively impacts water quality and aquatic life. According to the TRCA report card, the surface water quality of the Don River watershed received a grade of D, which is considered poor. This is most likely due to the increased contaminated surface runoff caused by rapid urbanization. Flooding is caused by improper stormwater management, and since there are such high levels of runoff which cannot be infiltrated due to impervious surfaces, the water accumulates and eventually floods the area. Erosion is also caused by improper stormwater management since the fast-moving water cuts away the edges of the banks. In order to protect and preserve the Don River watershed, various measures should be taken to address the current challenges. Some options include renaturalization of the watershed, especially the mouth of the watershed, enhancing stormwater management practices, and shoreline restoration. Water is one of our most valuable natural resources and is vital to life. Therefore, a healthy watershed supports human health, ecological health, economical health, and a sustainable future. Thank you.